All right, hey guys, it's Ann here with Sell Like a Rebel. I want to give you guys a few examples today. Basically, what I'm doing here is I want to kind of walk you through a few different examples of how to present your offer. So specifically, what I want to share with you today is how do you present your offer in a social media post? How do you present your offer in an email? And then how would you present your offer in a live conversation? So that could be like a Facebook Live, that could be a sales conversation, something like that, or like a webinar, like something live, right? Like how do you present your offer? And I wanted to talk about this because I know a lot of people have come to me and they're like, I don't know how to transition from, having a typical conversation with somebody or from a value driven post or from a high value email or a webinar or a Facebook Live or a sales conversation. I don't know how to transition from having that conversation to actually talking about this offer that I have or this program that I have. And it's actually a little bit different in some of these ways, which is why I want to kind of show you, because for those of you who know who I am, for those of you who follow me, I have a program. One of my main programs is Conversation to Close. And basically what that is, it's my 8-step system for having sales conversations and closing them. So it actually walks you through, if you're on a sales call, it walks you through how you start your call, what you say, how to have the conversation, like how do you go through the conversation, and then, what questions do you ask, how do you transition from this conversation to actually talking about and presenting your solution, your offer, your program, your product or service, and then how do you overcome the objections and close, right? And really that 8-step system we've been using it here at Sell Like a Rebel for over 10 years. My clients are using it successfully. I have a 100% close rate from that system. My clients have gone up beyond 70 to between 70 and 80% close rate when they were less than 50 before they took this program. It's very customizable, it's very authentic, and it works no matter what type of business you're in. And the great thing about it is it's not just for sales conversations. You can apply the system to your emails, to your Facebook Lives, to your webinars, to your social media posts. That is definitely something that is pretty valuable, and would be valuable to you if you're struggling with this. But if you're not in Conversation to Close, you go to selllikearebel.com/conversation to close, and depending on where you're watching this recording, I'll put a link to it below as well. But if in the meantime, if you're not in that program, in the meantime, I just want to walk you through the different various ways that you may be marketing your services or your business. I want to kind of walk you through a few different examples of how you can do this. So the first one, let's just do social media, okay? Let's just look at, let's say that you want to put a post out on social media and you want it to be value driven, and then you also want to somehow position or present this offer that you have. So we're going to come in. This is just my main free Facebook group. This is to the public, Sell Like a Rebel community. And I post in here several times a day. And yes, I do present my offers in here as well. So some ways that you can do that. Let me just locate a post here. Okay, so for this post right here, as a prime example, this post right here, okay, is a little bit of a longer post, but let me just give you the rundown. Let me just show you the structure of how I'm presenting my offer in a social media post. So what I'm doing is I'm starting up here with a catchy, sexy title or headline, something that's going to grab people's attention. So here I said why 100% of my clients say yes and sign up on my sales calls. This gets people's attention. This creates curiosity, and it kind of stops you in your track and you want to know. Now, it's also a pain point of my clients because they're having trouble getting people to say yes on a sales call. And so they want to obviously flip the script on that. They want to see more of their clients saying yes and signing up for their programs, products, or services on their sales calls. So this is speaking to them. Now, you'll notice it's a lengthy post. There's no promotion quite yet, as you see through here, because I have a rule. And 9 out of 10 of my posts are value driven first, meaning that I don't typically, once in a while I'll put a post out that is straight up promo, but typically I give some good juice or some good nuggets before I even put a link in here for anything, or before presenting anything, right? If you go through most of my posts here, I'll show you a couple today, and this is one of them. You don't need to give this much, but this is what I do. I do give quite a bit of value. I want to talk about their pain points. I want to ask questions that speak to their challenges because I want them to know that I get them and I understand them, right? So you can see that this post is a little long, and I start by saying things like, ever felt like your sales calls were missing something, ... conversions. And then I go in and I share a little bit about me. I say I used to have a lot of calls and they would go great. I mean, I felt a real connection with the people I was speaking to, and I knew I could help them hit their goals. But when it came to presenting how I could help them, aka my offers, and moving into that conversation, it flopped and the objections rolled out. Right now, my client is raising their hand saying, yep, that's me. So then I go down and I say, I have a super soft spot for my community, aka you, when I hear this, because it was so much my story and not very long ago. Okay, now I'm resonating with them. Then I'm going to go on and I'm going to say, if you're anything like me, I am not pushy or salesy, and I don't pressure or use sleazy sales tactics to get people to sign up to work with me. It's not my style. Now they're saying, yes, God, I don't want to do that either. I don't want to sound salesy or sleazy. You know, we're connected. Then I say, I also have no interest in chasing clients around and begging them to give me an answer. Either I am way too confident in my work, right? I value my time, and honestly, I can't hardly wait to work with my clients. So now resonating again with them because that's what they're doing right now. They're begging, they're negotiating, they're chasing clients. They don't want to do that. Then I say, after challenging myself in 2014 to book 30 calls in 30 days, I'm just giving specific stats, specific details here so they can resonate with this. I need to show them I can help them. So after challenging myself in 2014 to book 30 calls in 30 days, ended up booking 45 without any intention of selling, just serving and building relationships, I had my biggest financial month ever. But more importantly, I learned a lot about the things I was doing wrong on my sales calls. Out of those 45 calls, I closed only a few. Imagine my devastation. But because of what I learned, now I'm transitioning a little bit here, okay? I'm moving into, they're resonating and creating some authority and showing them that I can help them. I'm starting to shift. Pay attention here. So I said, imagine my devastation. But this is where it shifts. Because of what I learned, I also knew that I would never experience this again, and that going forward, my calls wouldn't only go great, feel great, and be great, but they would close. And they did. Out of my next 15 calls, all 15 said yes. And to this day, 100% of my sales calls turn into a yes, and not days, weeks, months later, on the call. I've got their attention now. Now I'm going to say, I just presented how I can help them and that I have been where you are and I've gotten over it. So they now know I am the one that can help them. Now I'm going to move into the transition, the invitation. If you want to experience this on your sales conversations and hear more yeses on more of your calls, I want to invite, and I'm using the word invite. I want to invite you to my brand new masterclass sales school. Finally, X your doubts and fears, have a bigger impact, make a ton more money without feeling guilty, salesy, or desperate, and put an end to hustle and sacrifice so you can boost your paydays consistently. And I dropped the link. Now, this is a free offer, But if you were doing a paid offer, you do it the exact same way. And that's why I wanted to show you this one first, because this is a prime example of how your post should be. They don't necessarily need to be this long, but you see how I brought it all in so that making the transition was so simple. They were waiting for me to be like, boom, tell me how to do this, Anne. Okay, and I dropped the link. Now I'm going to say, and here's what I will be dropping on this masterclass. And this is, if you're doing a paid offer, you could say, and here is what you will walk away with on this masterclass from this program or training or one-on-one, whatever it is. Then I give them all the things that they're going to walk away with or that they're going to learn on this masterclass. Okay, I drop the link again, and then there's an image of me. You could do an image of whatever you want. Okay, so that is one example. Okay, again, go into my Facebook group. If you're not sure what to say or write or what your post should look like, go in this group. I have a ton of posts in there, and they're all just like this. Let's look at another one. Let me find another one that actually is promotion. Okay, this is just another one for the sales school, the free masterclass. This one just says, hey, I'm launching a brand new masterclass called Sales School. I was sharing all my secrets and hacks for overcoming all your fears around sales. Plus, I'm going to be sharing some of my top proven and go-to strategies for attracting buyers and creating bigger paydays. It's free, and you can register here. And I drop the link, and then I just say seats are limited to 200. So secure yours now, and I'll see you in Sales School. Okay. So this is actually a promotion. This one here is actually a promotion where I was promoting my free sales audit call, where people can come on and I'll do like an audit of their sales and marketing process to show them where their gaps are in their sales and marketing and help them to fill those gaps and I'll actually give them the strategies or the next steps that I think they should be doing or focusing on to fill those gaps. It's a 30-minute free sales audit session. That is kind of a promotion. It's not paid though, but it is getting them to book a call to come do this with me. But I just did it in an audio format. Literally, it's like 12 minutes, not even 12 minutes. It's quick. You can go listen to that if you want to know how I present it there. Let me see. So here's another example. Again, this is for sales school, so it's free, but here's an example. I shared with them 6 of my best sales hacks, plus my brand new free sales training is open for registration. If this was something you were promoting, like if you're promoting a paid offer, you could say 3 of my best weight loss tips, 3 to 5 of my best nutritional lunches, like whatever you do, right? You could give them 2, or I say 3 to 5, 3 to 6 tips, strategies, or action steps, or hacks, whatever you want to call them. Give them the value first, then promote your free or paid offer. See how simple this is? There's nothing complicated about this. I'm going to give them something first, and then I will present my offer. Even when it's free, I still give them some good juice first. You could go listen to this to see how I present it. Okay. This is a promotion. So this is where I'm promoting my conversation to close, which is funny because I just mentioned this at the beginning of the call. So this is where I'm promoting my conversation to close 8-step sales system. So here's what I said. My system, because my clients tell me they want a sales system. They want a system for filling their calendar and getting sales, right? So I like to use that word because they resonate with that. They want that. So it says, my system for filling up my calendar with buyers and filling my one-on-one coaching program and my 5K signature group program consistently in a couple of minutes. And then I say, my conversation to close system is open this week, where you will not only learn how to increase your sales close rates, ask the right questions, get yeses on the spot, and fill your programs using my 8-step close system, but I am throwing in my bonus training on filling, well, it's supposed to say your, not our, filling your calendar with buyers who are ready to sign up and work with you. If you want sign up details, comment below. Okay, and this is just it's a 60-minute audio, or just under 60 minutes. And that's because I share with them the details of the conversation to close. Again, you can go listen to this to see how I present it all. That's a straight up promo. Okay, so I think you get the gist with the post. Pretty simple, right? Again, just go into the Sell Like a Rebel community in Facebook and go look at my posts. You'll see how I present free stuff, how I present my paid stuff. And it's always going to contain value and nugget and juice before I promote. Like 9 out of 10, it's always going to be that way. And as you can see by looking, I give a lot of value in here anyway to begin with. Okay, so that's Facebook. Let's look at some emails. So this is an email to my list. Presenting conversation to close, I believe. Oh no, okay, this is for my sales school. Okay, the free masterclass. So here's how I position it. And again, you can use the same thing for a paid offer. It doesn't make a difference. No difference. Okay, it says, "Hi, so and so. Ever felt like your sales calls were missing something? Conversions." Now, notice that this is the same content that I had in the social media post that I just shared with you. Why? Because I repurpose. If I send an email to my list, we copy that and we put it in the Facebook group. We're not like reinventing the wheel here and recreating content all the time. We're repurposing. So this email right here is the post that I showed you in my Facebook group, where we copy paste it and put it in the Facebook group. Okay? So it all says the same thing. If you're anything like me, I'm not pushy or salesy. I don't pressure or use sleazy sales tactics. More importantly, I learned a lot about the things I was doing wrong. Imagine my devastation. And then I go into the transition. But because of what I learned, right? And then here, I just give them the link where they can sign up for the free masterclass. And then I say, here's what you're going to get. Okay? Then a link for them where they can come join me. That's it. And this is the email that I copied and then pasted in my Facebook post that I showed you. It's the same exact thing. There's not a single thing different. Okay? So that's one little tip there for repurposing. Okay, here's another one. This is for my free sales audit. Okay, the 30-minute session with me. So I said, it's that time of year when service-based entrepreneurs, and I'm speaking to those people because that's who this call is for, are looking at their strategies more than ever, and they're asking themselves, what is working? What isn't working? What do I need to do differently? What is it going to take to hit my goals? These are great questions, by the way, but can also be overwhelming if you don't know the answers to them, right? Because my clients don't know what's working, what's not working, what they need to do different, or what it's going to take for them to finally hit their goals. They don't know that. And then I say, and that is why I have opened up my sales audit sessions for the first time in more than 6 months. Here are the details to schedule your sales audit session. And then I give them the details here, only available for the month of February, 30 minutes. Click this link to book your session. Then I say, here's what will go down during your session. And if you're promoting something paid, you could say, here's what you will walk away with, right? Or here's what is in it for you, or here's what you will get in this program, right? Something like that. And then I tell them, we will review your sales process and diagnose any and all gaps that are preventing you from reaching your desired goals. I will then provide you with what I believe to be your next steps to fill those gaps and hit your goals. You will walk away knowing what isn't working and what things you need to do differently to hit your desired goals. And then I put a little disclaimer here, and I say, and or I say if and only if, I know hands down that I can support you and fill in those gaps and fast tracking you to your desired outcome, I will present that opportunity to you, and you will decide if it's something that you want to proceed with or not. This is a no pressure call. So I am letting them know if I feel like if I can support them, or one of my programs will help them, or one of my products or services, I'm not going to hide that from them. I will present that and let them know, and they can choose if that's something they want to proceed with or not. But this is not a sales call. It's a no pressure call. So I'm letting them know. That's my little disclaimer. And then I say, I look forward to speaking with you, XOXO. P.S. These sessions are only available for a limited time and are a first come, first serve. If you know something needs to change, but you're not sure what that something is, schedule your no pressure call today and let's diagnose your sales gaps. Okay? Again, this isn't a ton of value, but it's speaking to them. It's definitely touching on pain points, stuff like that, right? So it's positioned pretty good. Okay, another one. So this one, did I show you this one too? Yeah, we already did that one. This one here, I think this is for sales school. Okay, so this is for sales school, but I also positioned or presented conversation to close here in the PS section. So here's how I presented this. Ready to sell like a rebel, and hey, so-and-so, because you're in the Sell Like a Rebel community, I wanted to share something with you that I think you will find extremely inspiring. I have created a super juicy 10-ish minute training for you on 4 ways you can eliminate all of your fears around asking for the money today. Because the truth is, I used to suck at sales and secretly hated them. This is speaking to my people big time. And actually, this is promoting just the free training I did on the 4 ways you can eliminate your fears around asking for the money. And then I position them into conversation to close from that audio, as well as here in the PS section. I was the girl who booked 40 calls in 30 days. Behind closed doors, I only closed 2 of them. The others were objections and no-goes. In this training, you'll discover, and then I tell them what they're going to discover, why being all up in your head is killing your conversions, the one thing you're doing that is devaluing your work, why and how to shift your relationship with money, how your belief about money is creating your situation, the one thing you must have to show the value of your work, and the one thing that is none of your business. Click here for your free training. And then over here it says your days of thinking you suck at sales, can't earn what you're worth, or have to struggle, sacrifices, self-sabotage are over. You deserve to earn tremendously for the work that you do, and it's time you start owning that. Click here to access your free training now. And then down in the PS section, I say there's still time to join Conversation or Close. Click here to join us. Now, when they click on this free training for the 4 ways, let me see. So it's basically going to bring them to this video here that I did. It's going to bring them to this video where they can watch this. And down here, this is a YouTube video. Down here in the comment box or whatever, I have links to Conversation to Close. So I have the links for what I'm talking about here in this video, okay? So that comes from here. And all I did was take a snapshot of that video and popped it in here, okay? So that is what that looks like. Okay, now if you're on a sales call, you're going to do it the exact same way. You're going to say, hey Jane, how are you today? I'm so excited to be here and connect with you. I've been stalking your Facebook page because I can't believe that we have all of these friends in common. We are in a bunch of the same groups, but yet you and I have never actually had a conversation. So I've been spending some time stalking you a little bit on Facebook, trying to figure out, who is this amazing lady? Who are you? What do you do? And how come we have not connected before now? And she's going to say, oh my God, and and we're going to have that little conversation. And then I'm going to say, it's so cool. I absolutely loved your post about your 11-year-old daughter. you know, how she's 11 and going on 20. I so relate to that because my daughter just turned 11 and I would swear that she was 20. So, you know, glad that I'm not alone in that. Oh, great. No, you know, we make a connection. Then after we have that, I'm going to say, well, listen, Jane, I know your time is valuable. I don't want to waste any of your time. I want you to get exactly what you expect from this call. I want you to walk away with everything that you need. So if you're cool, if you're ready, I'll give you a rundown of what you can expect. And she's going to say, absolutely. I'm going to say, great. So we have 30 minutes today on this session. We have 30 minutes, and I want to make sure that you get what you signed up for. And so what I like to do is get an understanding of you a little bit, your business, you know, what your business is and what you do. And also, most importantly, what's not working in your business so that I can see if I can help fill those gaps for you, help you, you know, flip the script on that so that you can start finally seeing the results that you want in your business. Does all that sound good? She's going to say yes. I'm going to say great. So tell me a little bit about your business. She's going to share that. I'm going to say, Jane, thank you so much, you know, for just trusting this space and trusting me with this information. You know, I totally relate if that wasn't easy for you because I've been there and it's not always easy to talk about our so-called failures or to talk about the things that aren't working for us or to, you know, kind of go and share, you know, these things that we feel like, you know, we're ashamed of it or that we should be better at. So I really do want you to hear that I appreciate that. I appreciate you sharing that with me, and you know, I really honor that here in this private conversation. She'll comment. I'm gonna say, okay, so Jane, you know, you're on this call because of XYZ. I'm gonna say, so tell me a little bit about, you know, what's not working. What do you think is not working for you in your business? And basically, we're gonna go down a list of questions. Okay, so she's gonna share all this with me. I'm gonna ask a bunch of questions so that I can truly understand what is the real problem. Because 9 out of 10 is not going to be what she tells me it is, right? Because she probably may not know. She's telling me what she thinks it is, but I'm the expert. I'm the genius at this. So my job is to make sure she's on point. If she's not, it's my job to bring that to her and let her know that this is what the real problem is. So we're going to go through all of that, and then I'm going to start to transition. I'm going to say, okay, Jane, you know, this has been so much fun. I absolutely love what you do. This is amazing. I've loved hearing all of the things that are and are not working for you and just kind of dissecting that with you, really looking at, you know, different possibilities. And if you're ready, I would love to share just my thoughts on what I think is really happening here, what's going on, and what I think your next steps should be. And if I can or cannot help you with that, if you're open for that. She says, absolutely. So I'm going to say, great. Based on what we've talked about and the things that you shared with me, here's what I really think is happening. And I might say something like this. I might say, you know, it sounds to me like you're not super clear on your ideal client. So maybe some, you know, there's still some work that needs to be done with your niche to really fine tune who it is you really, really want to be working with, because it sounds like the clients you're attracting right now, they're making the investment, but they're not those dreamy ideal clients. And so the working relationship, the way that you're working with them, it's just not working for you, right? You're not getting paid what you want. They're not really action takers. They're very, you know, require quite a bit of hand holding from you, and that's just not your vision. That's not the way you want to work with your clients. That's not the type of clients you want to work with. And so it sounds like we might need to do a little bit more work on making sure we really nail down this ideal client that you really vision yourself working with and supporting every day, and also just making sure that the message around that is actually speaking to those people. The next thing that we should probably work on, based on what you and I have talked about, is it doesn't sound like you're really lit up about your offers. It sounds like you're offering what you think these non-ideal clients want and will pay for. And so therefore, you're not only not getting paid what you want and what you're really worth and what you should be earning, but you're also working with them in a way that is not very exciting for you. It's not a lot of fun, and you know that you're not getting them to the level they really could be getting at because they're not that type of client, right? So I think really just making some tweaks and restructuring your offers a little bit so that we can have an energy and a value that match. So, or I'm sorry, so we can have so that we can have value and the price point. We can have those two energies match one another. That's what I meant to say. So those would be the top two things that I think that we could focus on. And I definitely think there'll be some other things along the way, but like as core main, like immediate things that I think need to be the next steps are those two things. Really nailing down that ideal client, making sure we're clear there, and then kind of, you know, checking on what does your content look like right now? Is it really attracting the people that you want to really truly be working with? And then restructuring the prices and structure of your program so we can make sure that the value that you're given and that the clients are getting in those packages, as well as the price point, are a total match for each other. And it's the exact thing that these dreamy ideal clients are actually looking for. Does all of that make sense to you? And she's going to come back and say, yes, oh my God, that's what I need to do, da 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 da. Say, great. I would love to talk to you about how I may be able to support you in pulling all this together, making this happen, if you're ready for that. And she's going to say, sure, I'd love to hear. Say, great. I'm going to say, well, there's 3 ways that you and I can work together to nail down your ideal client, your content, you know, your messaging, and then also those offers we talked about, restructuring and repricing them so that they feel good for you and they're a total match. And so the first way is we could do a VIP day. So here's where I'm going into presenting my offers. Notice how I just gradually went right into it. It doesn't sound salesy. It doesn't sound pitchy. It doesn't sound sleazy. I'm not being like high pressure. I'm simply asking her if this sounds good and she's ready to do that. So now we're transitioning and talking about actually working together. So I'm going to say, great. So the first way that I have for you and I that we could work together is a VIP day. So the VIP day, we'll spend the day together, and you and I will map out your niche clarity. We'll get completely nailed down on who this dreamy client really is, what this person looks like. We'll look at your content and make sure that that's actually speaking to those people so that you walk away with this content. You'll have the clarity on your ideal client. You'll walk away with the content in the messaging that actually speaks to those people. And then we'll restructure your offers on that VIP call. So you'll leave with, you know, 1 to 3 offers that are restructured for this dreamy client. We'll have your signature system. We'll have the offers themselves, the elements of them, the price points, and we'll make sure that every single bit of it is a total match in energy and excitement for you. Now, I do like to give the pros and cons of each of my offers because I want to make sure you have all the information you need to make an informed decision that feels good for you. So the pros with this is that we get it all done in a day. You show up, we connect on a private virtual call, we map all this stuff out together, and you walk away with these things. And also there's time for other things that may come up that we can work on together as well because we have a full day together. So the con of it is that it's a lot of information in a short amount of time, right? The other con too is that there's not a lot of follow-up support. There's just one 30-minute follow-up call that needs to be used within 30 days. So there's not a lot of follow-up should you be the type of person that needs to ask questions and get some guidance as you execute and kind of, you know, put this into action, right? So this is really for the client who is, they're action takers, they're ready to go, they don't need a whole lot of guidance. You just need to get on this call, map this stuff out, and you're good to go. Okay, so that's that offer. My second one, and then we'll do any questions. My second one is my one-on-one coaching program, and this is where we spend 3 months together. So we basically are going to do all of the same things we would do in that VIP day, except that we would spread it out over 3 months, meaning that there's more access to me, there's sessions that we'll have, you'll have Voxer access to me. So if in between implementing and creating and executing and just testing everything out, you have questions, you need support, you need my eyes on your content, you need my feedback on your content, you want me to listen to your sales calls and give you personalized feedback, whatever you need over that 3 months, you have complete access to me for all of that. And so it is a higher level of support. It's spread out over 3 months, and that doesn't mean that it's going to take us 3 months to create, to nail down your ideal client and your offers. It just means that you have 3 months of support, so it's not all crammed into one day. I guess the con with that could be that maybe, if you're not the type of person that needs to spread it out over time like that, and you just kind of want to get it done. But the pros to it, obviously, is that it allows for more room for support and guidance and accountability, and it also gives you a little more time to really kind of pull all this together, execute it, test it, come back, make some changes with my guidance and hands-on, my eyes on all of your stuff, okay? That is my second way. So that is a 3-month one-on-one coaching program. The third and final way that I have right now at this time would be a 2-hour, what I call a 2-hour mini VIP day. It's a mini VIP session where we spend just 2 hours together. Now on this session, we solve one thing. It's not 2, it's not 3, it's not 4 or 5, it's just one thing. So in this particular case, maybe, this would be for someone who says, I just need to restructure my programs. If I can restructure my programs, I'm good to go. It could be someone who says, you know what, I just need to figure out who my ideal client is. Then we would do that on this session. It could be someone who says, I just need to figure out what to focus on over the next 30 days. I'm just confused and I'm all over the place and I don't know what to do. This is for just one thing. We only have 2 hours together. It's very similar to the VIP in the sense that we get on a private virtual call, but we only have 2 hours together. So it's not a lot of time. We focus on really honing in on one thing and nailing it. Okay, so you walk away with whatever that one thing is. It could be creating your offers. It could be anything, but it's just one thing. Those are the 3 ways that I have available right now for you and I to work together. I'd like to take any questions that you have, and then what I'll do is I'll share with you what I recommend, what I think would be the best way for you and I to work together, but I really want to hear from you first what you think, and then we can kind of discuss it. And then she's going to come back, and normally what I hear is, oh my God, I really think that I want the one-on-one coaching because I love the idea of the 3-month support and the access to you and kind of not having to do like the whole get it done in one day, like that whole VIP thing's not for me. But I'm really torn between the one-on-one and like the mini session because I probably feel like I do need more than one thing, but maybe I could do just one thing and that would help, and then I could come back, and then I'll say, great. So I'll listen to all of that and I'll say, can I give you my recommendation? She's going to say, of course. I'm going to say, what I recommend is the one-on-one coaching. I think it's the perfect program for you. I think that would be the best way that you and I could work together where you're going to get the maximum value for your investment. You're going to get the biggest return on your investment, and you're going to get the most access to me and whatever comes up along the way, because through our conversation today, I do believe there are some other things that we'll need to work on. I don't think that they're like total like we have to do it no matter what, but I do think that there are going to be a few other things we're going to have to tackle, and I do think that you're going to get the biggest return on your investment from that one-on-one coaching. I really think that that's going to be the thing. I'm going to say, do you have any questions? And she's going to say, well, yes, can we talk about the price? And I'm going to say, yes, let's talk about the money. I'm going to say, okay, so let me give you the price points, and then we'll figure out which one is going to be the best one for you, okay? So the first, my VIP package, that's a $7,500 VIP day with me. That's really probably not where you're at right now, but just so you have that future reference, that's the price of that. The one-on-one coaching, which is my second one, and this is the one that I think is absolutely going to be the best bang for your buck, the 3-month one-on-one coaching, and that is a $3,700 offer. This is spread out over 3 months, so we do have a payment plan. And then the third one, the 2-hour session, is $500, and that we also have a payment plan for that as well. And also that session does come with one 30-minute follow-up call. And so that is that's the price points. Do you have any questions about that? Typically they come back and they say, not really. I'm still just kind of torn between, whatever, or what is the payment plans? So basically, I'll give them the payment plan options. I'll say, here's what I'd like to do, Jane. I really, really can hear that you're confused on the one-on-one and the mini session. You're confused on which one it should be. So what I'd like to do, just to make this simple for you, because I don't want you to have to wait longer to get this done. I don't want you to go off and have to, you know, think about what you should do and be torn between these, because that means I didn't do my job on the sales call. I want you to feel like you have total clarity and you have a solution and you know what you need to do next. So I am happy to bonus in that mini session. And what we can do is you can come into the one-on-one 3-month coaching. And what I'll do is I'll bonus that mini session, and you and I will have that 2-hour session before we ever even get to the coaching sessions. This way, we can fast track your results. We can get a bunch done on that session, as much as we can on that 2-hour session. We can use it however you'd like. We'll tackle the most important thing for you, and we'll fast track everything for you, and we can schedule that immediately. And then even after that, you'll have all of your sessions. So I'm happy to bonus that in if that's going to make this really an easy decision for you, because that's really the goal here. I think we found the solution for you. I think we know that this is the next step and this would be a great fit. I totally want to support you. I'm very confident I can do that. And so I just want to make this easy for you. How does that sound? She's going to come back 9 out of 10, actually 10 out of 10 in the past 9 months have said, I'm in. So then we talk about the payment plans and we get them set up. Sometimes if they say, you know, still a little high, that payment plan, I'm like, listen, I'm happy to spread it out over 6 months. How does that sound? I want to make this easy for you. I'm not attached to how it comes in. If a 6-month payment plan will work better for you than a 3-month, let's do it. Let's make it happen. What do you say? And she's like, I'm in. Let's do it. That's it. So there you go, guys. I just kind of walked you through like a sales call. I didn't expect or plan to actually go all the way through a sales call with you today, but that is how I conduct my sales calls. Completely authentic, totally organic, very, very personalized and customized. It's different for everybody. And I just walked you through exactly how I would do this. Now, obviously, I didn't go down all of the different questions that I ask and all of that, because that's so personalized. In the conversation to close, of course, I have 4 sections of questions that you really need to be asking on the sales calls, because when you get to actually talking about your offer, if they come up with objections or they give a little bit of push and pull with it, if you don't ask a certain set of questions, then you're not going to know how to overcome those things, and that's where you're going to get tripped up. So it is really important that you kind of do that whole thing. And like I said, depending on where you're watching this, I'll put a link to the conversational close system, my 8-step system, down below. But again, this is pretty much the gist of how I do my calls. And this is how I'm closing 100%, not 50%, not 80, not 90, not even 95. I'm closing 100% of my sales calls, and I have been for a while now. Before that, I was closing around 95 to 98%, and I've been able to maintain 100%. And it's because I've got these 3 offers. It's because of the way I open up the call. It's the questions I ask. It's the space I create. And it's the just the manner in which I conduct my calls, and the relationship that I'm building with them right from the get-go. And honestly, it's all covered in conversation to close, like exactly how I do this, so that you don't miss or skip a beat. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful. I didn't plan on doing all of that, but I hope that was super helpful for you. In any case, these are just some examples of how you can present your offer, whether it's an email, a sales call. You know, you can use all of the different ways I just shared with you. You can use these across webinars, Facebook Lives, emails, social media posts, sales conversations. It doesn't even matter. It's a very authentic process. I'm giving a lot of value, and then I'm presenting a solution to their problem. So it's not like I'm trying to sell them a car when they're coming to me with diabetes. I'm not saying, here, buy this car, buy this car. It's not like they're coming to me saying, I need to grow my list, and I'm saying, here, you know, you should look into CBD oil. It's relevant. It's a solution to the problem they're telling me they haven't. And as I've shown you in all of my content here today, I'm simply making an invitation. I'm extending an invitation for them to learn and discover how I can help them with the problem they're having. The problem they just told me that they're having. I didn't make up the problem for them. They told me this is the problem I'm having. I presented a solution, extended that invitation. Now it's up to them. It's not up to me. They can say yes or they can say no, and that's totally their choice. So this isn't a high pressure, like pitchy, salesy, if you don't do this, what's going to happen to your life? Like, you have to do it now or else. Like, I don't do any of that. I just demonstrated here exactly how I do it. There's none of that sleazy sales tactics, high pressured, negative type of urgency. It's simply what it is. I just present a solution. I believe I can help you. I believe I have a solution to the problem that you just told me you're having. I would like to extend the invitation for you to explore what that looks like. Are you interested? That's it. It's always on them. They say yes or they say no. It's always their choice. But the way that you start your calls, in the way that you handle it, or the way you start your lives or your webinars, or the way that you start your social media posts, your emails, it all makes a big difference. And this is why you'll see in the samples I showed you, I'm giving a lot of nuggets and value. I'm touching on their pain points. I'm speaking to my audience. And now the way that I've come up with all of that great on-point content is by doing the market research and surveying and polling my audience and getting to know them. And that is how you come up with the content that actually speaks to them to begin with. Okay. So now I'm done. I've taken up 45 minutes of your time. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if you need anything else from me. I'm happy to support you guys. I'll see you all in the Sell Like a Rebel community. I'll talk to you over there.